see if I can chit chat and drum at the same time. So I've seen all the videos lately. No, I can't drum and do this at the same time. First off, wanted to say that me and my dad no longer really speak, so commented on a video a while ago and said that my dad can explain some things about the Disclosure Project, which was part of Stephen Greer's ongoing, investigations, things like that. And yeah, he was gonna talk about that stuff some more and things like that, but he didn't get a chance to because my dad just likes to fight with me for some reason. So that's that. But yeah, so I can tell you that my dad, in regards to that, when we were still talking, said that he, was interviewed by Greer, and to clear up what was said in the video, he was not dishonorably discharged. He did raise a lot of heck when he was in, but he did not when he was in the Navy, but he was not dishonorably discharged as speculated by the, like the DD-214 at the end of that one video. He was honorably discharged for an injury, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, so he's honorably discharged for an injury that left him 100% disabled. He was zero clearance when he was in the Navy, so he had some special, privileges, that kind of thing. He was able to get in and out of certain circumstances that he did get into because he had zero clearance. So that helped, I'm sure. But, yeah. I mean, that's about it. There wasn't a lot to that story, really. It was, he saw some things at the time, and, he talked with some people about it. He's been to meetings with some of the astronauts. I've never been with him. I was very young when this happened. I was probably about 10 years old. So, never been to any of the meetings or any kind of, like, whatever you want to call it, top secret, meetings, get-togethers, gatherings. I've never been to any of those. So, I can't talk in regards to that because I was never there for any of them. It's been a long time since I've drummed, so don't come at me trying to practice more. It's been a while. I noticed lately also a lot of people are talking about Gen Z, and Gen Z has it very rough. Don't get me wrong. My cousins are Gen Zers. I feel for them. I'm a millennial though. And I'd just like to know, for the millennials out there, I don't feel much different from Gen Z in a lot of ways. And I'm not trying to say, I'm pitiful or any type of, not trying to negate how Gen Z feels or what a crappy deal that they have got. I just think that a lot of millennials are kind of in the same spot as the Gen Zers. I really feel the burn of a lot of the things that the Gen Z people talk about. You know, never being able to get a house. I've lived in apartments all my life except for when I was little, and I was living with my mom and dad. And the only reason I think that my parents were ever able to get a house is because of my dad's military background. Then they were able to get houses because he was able to get VA loans, and they were able to always get a house or keep a house because of that. And I think that had a lot to do with it. I wanted to go into the military. My dad, for some reason, told me not to. When I came back home at 30 years old, he said, "Why don't you go into the military?" At that time, I was a little broken, and yeah, I was a little broken, and by that time I had like a really bad back, not an injury, but just over time, my back was like shot. And I've always worked out, I've always been healthy, but just the thing is, at that time, it was just, that's just what happened, my back just wear and tear. Over time, it gave out. So, yeah, not really an option there. Maybe aged out at that time too. I'm not really sure. But, yeah, I didn't end up. So, I've never been able to get a house, me and my partner. We still don't have a house. I've only lived, like I said, in apartments since I moved out of my mom and dad's house. Same for my partner, of course. And yeah, I don't foresee that we will ever have a house at this moment. I've been in biotech for the past 6 years in a well-known hub for biotech. And I don't have a bachelor's degree, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Although I don't have a bachelor's degree, I have 6 years of very well-rounded experience, in my opinion. And that might just be my opinion, but I think that my experience is very comparable to On the Whole. And the bachelor's degree, getting back to that, I went to school to get my bachelor's degree in biology because we were told, get a degree, do something you love, and like that's it, just make sure you get your degree. Well, I went to school for my bachelor's. I think it was I transferred colleges a couple of times because I had to move because my dad was fully retired. My dad's been fully retired for years, but I had to move when they moved because I was young at the time. I didn't have to, I guess, but I did because I still lived at home at that time. And when I moved with them, I moved colleges and schools. And when I moved colleges, I chose to go into music instead of biology, which was my original focus. Then I decided I only like drumming. Ever played snare, top bass, and that's it. Other than trumpet and French horn, but yeah, snare, top bass, only things marching wise. I didn't like the rest of the percussion instruments, so I had only done those things, and I found out quickly I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to actually stick with just that part, and I realized I didn't want to actually major in music anymore. So I changed back over to biology. The whole time I was in school, which probably a lot of people can relate to this, I was very poor, just eating like the normal college foods. I don't even think I had like a meal plan on my a meal plan, like on my tuition kind of thing, a meal plan. I think I just had, literally classes, and that was it. Now you might be wondering, my dad did give benefits for me to go to school. However, didn't follow up on them, and I didn't actually get them until about, I believe, my last year of school, which, as you can imagine, that was like the regular benefits. That was the monthly stipend that they send, but that did not include tuition or anything. So I fell 1 semester or 2 semesters short of finishing my bachelor's in biology because I didn't have any financial, I didn't have any money at the time, and I couldn't just pay 40 grand to my college. And I had my professors every day telling me, you need to pay you need to pay your tuition, or else we don't know how you're going to stay in this class. So very stressful having your professors every day like telling you haven't paid and you need to pay. Not fun. So got really stressed out, overwhelmed, quit college at that time, which was like 2 semesters short. But now, because of the way that it works, if I did go back to college, I would have to start over again. That's what I'm trying to say. So a lot of jobs now that the market is in the place that it's in, a lot of jobs are asking for bachelors because now the employers have all the control again. And I mean, I'm fine with going to school and getting my bachelor's and whatever they want, actually. But I'm not going to spend, I don't even know how much it's going to be now. But I'm definitely not going to spend $50,000 even for 1 year out of my own pocket to make the current, which is about, right now, big city, the average is $35 an hour. And that's not even counting your 6 years of experience. You just have to have a bachelor's degree now. And I get it for people who have finished tough. But for me, it had zero to do with my determination or willingness to finish things out. As they say, if you don't finish your bachelor's degree, then you don't show that commitment for the long term, so on and so forth, all those things. And to me, that's not really a fair assumption, because that's not my situation. That's not my case. So let me know if you guys want me to demo anything, if you want to learn any, anyways, reading music or anything, I can do that. But yeah, so it's not me. I didn't actually just quit of my own accord. It's strictly a financial situation. And I know I'm not the only one. And I relate to a lot of people in that as well. But yeah, right now, I have 6 years in the industry. And honestly, it's about, 35 is about maybe $10 more than what the average Joe Schmo place is paying, local place, retail or whatever. So honestly, at this point, just, throwing away 6 years of experience with all kinds of different programs, everything you can think of, to go back to something I did 6 years ago. Because either because of not having a bachelor's, or just them not hiring because they hired too many people a while ago, or they're working on skeleton crews or what have you. So it's been a really eye-opening time, trying time, all that kind of thing, frustrating time. But I definitely feel it. And as millennial now, we're hitting 40 and just older. And also I think that comes into play. when you hit that age, you think, dang, I'm getting up there. I mean, not that we are old, but you just think, you know, I'm 40. I'm pretty soon I'll be 41. I'm close to 50. It goes by really fast. I don't care what anybody says. Like, it goes by really fast. And yeah, you just it's a lot, and that's another factor on top of everything else, is now you're getting older. So, food for thought. What do you guys think? Please let me know.